Good morning, everyone. We are small but mighty here in Unity Hall. We hope to draw those people in that are standing in the back. But for those of you who are in your pajamas with coffee, we're so glad to see you this morning on this snowy morning. We come together to celebrate the presence and power of God that moves in and through and as us. So whether you're watching at home or you're watching here in the hall, please join me here in this place. A little louder, Michelle. We're going to bring them in. Are you ready? Here this place, we come together, feeling the presence of God. Here in this place, one with each other, knowing who we really are. Then we are called to carry our light and shine it all over the world. Here in this place, we find acceptance. Here in this place, we find connection. Here in this place inside, we find the presence of God. We find the presence of God.
Good morning. Welcome to our community of love and light as we joyously express God's greater vision in our lives. I'm so happy that all of you made it here safely. What a surprise I had this morning. Not sure about all of you. For all of you who are joining us via live stream, we are glad that you are safe at home. The roads are a little slick out there. Thank you for any new guests who are joining us via the live stream today. We know whether you're safely on the street next over, across the globe, we feel your presence. We're holding you in prayer. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Shannon Hoff-Smith, and it is my distinct pleasure to be on platform for Karen Drucker today. So I know all of you are familiar with Karen. She has such inspirational music. Quite frankly, that plays in my office in between clients quite frequently to lift my spirits during the day. So YouTube, wonderful. I recommend it if you're having a little down day. She can lift you up for sure. She's been, I don't know if you've been able to see her at our women's retreat. She's got 20 different CDs of her inspirational music. So, you know, Amazon, I'm sure, carries a lot of those. So we are going to be relaxing in peace with Karen today. So, well, now, we say this every week, and we mean it every week. We are much more than the Sunday experience. We are about transforming your life 24/7. We have revamped the website, so if you have not seen it recently, please revisit it, review it. So many different things we have as far as classes, activities, opportunities for your spiritual growth, for you to connect with each other in spiritual ways. So please make sure that you are, you know, getting on there. It brings you your connection to God, your connection with each other in so many different and creative ways. So please check it out. Also, every Sunday evening, I don't know if you have done this, it's very powerful, from 7:30 to 7:45, we have our intention circles. I know a lot of you have, you know, when we've had an intention circle on the Labyrinth, you know, to just draw down a special intention. They do that every Sunday night. If you go to the website, to the Connecting Community Zoom room, we have a special intention that's read by one of us, and then we just sit and hold that in a sacred space for just a very short time, and it's very powerful. So it's a nice way to close the week out, so I invite you to do that. And right now, that's all we have, but I want to call Greg up.
You gonna make your announcement? Yeah.
Oh, okay, I have. Well, now we have two announcements. I knew about you. No. Todd Bartomel, everybody.
Hello, I'm Todd Bartomel, for those of you who do not know. I am on the Board of Trustees and have served as the treasurer for the last 3 years. And I have indicated that I'm going to serve another 3 years, or I've been willing to serve another 3 years. I'm really excited for the new board. I'm sad to see Kate leave, but I'm very glad Marilyn is going to be joining us. And so just a little bit about me. I came here, I think, in 2014. We didn't have a minister then. We don't have a minister now. And everything worked out great, so I know it's going to. My wife brought me to Unity. I had been to Unity in Cleveland Heights a couple times, but was not a member there. But I quickly found a home here, found friends here, found spirit here, and am so happy to be a continuing part of this community. And I look forward again to being on the board for the next 3 years and addressing what are sometimes challenging and also exciting issues. So thank you very much for the opportunity. I'm very grateful to have the opportunity to serve Unity in this way. Thanks.
Thanks, Todd. I look forward to serving with you and the rest of the members of the board. Appreciate that. I just wanted to make a brief announcement. Yesterday, I sent out an email to all of our community regarding our updated COVID protocols. As you might have noticed as you came in this morning, the signage has been changed to indicate those new protocols. We're still requiring masks to be worn here in Unity Hall for all the activities that are happening here on Sundays. But we've decided to allow masks to be optional in the offices and in the classrooms. We wanted to give everyone the opportunity to fully participate in the activities that we normally offer here, and we found that making those masks required on the other side of the building has curtailed some of those activities, and we wanted to offer those again. So we continue to review the public health situation, and the protocols will be altered as conditions change. So thank you very much. If you have any questions, please feel free to speak with me or anyone else on the board. Thank you.
Thank you, Todd, and thank you, Greg. Okay. Sorry you weren't here because you are invaluable. Thank you. All right, so please be sure to look at the website, check out those special events, and for now, we are going to stand and share our celebration song.
This is
a
your
great
last
one.
chance to swing wide the doors, and so feel free to clap and add your energy and get those people at home up on their feet. Here we go. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Do that again. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. I'm not holding it in anymore. I'm gonna shout it out loud. I understand now what I'm here for and what this life is about. Here it is. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love and service and lending a hand. Lending a hand. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. There's a voice that I've heard for years. I learned to keep it inside, not anymore. Well, now it's coming in loud and clear. I want a deeper life. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand. Lending a hand. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. were great.
Amazing for this small little group. Yeah, Daniel Neiman plays in my office a lot too. Okay. Now, please remain standing as we repeat our church affirmation together. As I allow God to be God in me, I embrace unlimited good and live the life of my dreams. Thank you, and please be seated.
Good morning. The only thing I can think of today is the word white. Hi, my name is Jack Smith, and the daily word for today is, and the affirmation is, and I am praying for you. I am praying for you. Just hearing the words, I am praying for you, helps me relax into the calm strength of a trusted friend's faith. Reassured, I feel my own faith growing stronger. My friend may be next to me or calling from far away. The power of prayer is undiminished by distance. Grateful for the gift of others or others' prayers for me, I welcome every opportunity to pray for anyone who asks. Having heard the prayer need, I let go of concern. In faith, I behold the Christ's presence within one of whom I pray. Knowing that the truth of others' wholeness, I release my thought of illness. I affirm divine wisdom in guiding important decisions, and divine strength relieving any weakness. I feel the warmth of God's love bringing peace and restoring hope to those that I hold in prayer. So the scripture for today is from 1 Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 2. We always give thanks to God for all you would mention in all of us in our prayers. And the affirmation, we can read it, is up there. The affirmation, let's say it together. I am praying for you. God bless.
And it starts with creating that space inside. So please join me as we prepare for our meditation and prayer time. Create in me. Create in me a clean heart, O God, that I might serve you. Create in me a clean heart, O God, that I might be renewed. So fill me and heal me and bring me back to you. Create in me a clean heart, O God, that I might serve you.
Let's prepare for this meditation by relaxing. Let go of the drive-in. Be peaceful with the snow. Take a deep breath in and out. And one more. Become present, completely present in your body. Be here now. And as you breathe regularly, focus your attention on the sensation of the breath as it comes in and goes out. What do you feel? What do you notice? Breathe in and out of your nostrils normally, but focus your mind with great alertness on all the sensations that you feel. And now bring your attention to your heart. Open your heart. Repeat silently to yourself, my heart is open. I open my heart. I do good, and I am loved. I am worthy of my dreams. I am cared for. I care for others. I love myself, and I love others. Bring to mind a dream you have, something you've been dreaming about for a long time, or perhaps a brand new dream. Imagine what your life would look like if this dream were already here. If your eyes were open, as you, with this dream having happened, what would you see? How would you feel? See from your eyes as you, as much as you can, about what your life looks like once you've manifested this dream. Imagine this as we move into the silence. As you go throughout your week, bring this dream back into your mind and heart and hold it there, and know that as being the creator, as God is the creator, you have the power to bring this dream into your manifest reality. God is, God is, God is. And now bring yourself back to the present moment. Take a couple of breaths, and remaining in this calm and peaceful state, we move on to prayer.
And as we move into prayer, let's take another beautiful deep breath and center in on our hearts. And take another and another and another. Feel the presence of God there. Feel the presence of your visioning, your imagination, your guidance. And as we feel these capacities, these beautiful powers we are given, we dream. Thank you, God, that we may dream. And we can dream small and we can dream big. And we can see things with spiritual eyes. Whatever the illusion might be around us or within us, we let that go. And we see with spiritual eyes how abundant we are, how safe we are, how protected we are, how loving we are, how loved we are. We see that all is well, whether it snows or rains or the sun shines, all is well. And as we dream this dream of a world that comes together in harmony, we see this in others, regardless of how we are responding to them or they us. We can stand in the gap and see them as they truly are, a beautiful expression of God as we are an expression of God. And when you're ready, let's bring them into our circle by stating their names silently or aloud. And as we hold them in the circle, we know we are one with them. Now, if you will join me in our January Live Your Dream prayer. Deep within my heart, my intentions and my faith intertwine to reveal glorious possibilities, despite any outer appearances of seeming lack of limitation. I remain firm in my faith to live my dreams. My intentions are powerful, and they contribute to a new vision for my life. And speaking of our lives, here at Unity Spiritual Center, we have experienced different phases through our almost 100 years, yet we remain centered in God's love and empowered in truth. We are one in spirit. Aligned with Source, all things are possible, and therefore our ability to co-create is limitless. Centered in this truth, we embrace the transition to a new spiritual leader with love and in faith. In the divinely ordered realm of manifestation, we open our doors. We welcome our new minister and widen our circle as we co-create an inclusive world where minds and hearts are transformed and hands are connected in raising the global consciousness and love. We give thanks knowing that in spirit this is already accomplished, and we are blessed beyond our wildest dreams, and so it is. Now join me with the affirmation for our search team. And let's really raise a joy. Can you see joy here? We made it here, right? Okay, so let's get some joy into this. Joyously, I am affirming that the right minister is drawn to our congregation, and our congregation is drawn to this right minister in perfect divine order, and I am grateful. Amen. My name is Jessie St. Christopher. It is my joy and honor to be your prayer chaplain today, and I will be available for prayer after the service in the sanctuary. And yes, we do have COVID protocols in there. I'd also like to remind you that in the back of the room in the cabinet and also in the hallway near the office, we do have a prayer box. Please, if you have some on your heart, don't pray alone. When 2 or 3 are gathered in his name, there God is. So please, let's share our prayers with each other. And I'll see you later.
Good morning, Unity Spiritual Center Westlake. This is Karen Drucker coming to you this morning, San Francisco. So today this is what my talk is going to be about. Thinking. Good morning, Unity Spiritual Center Westlake. This is Karen Drucker coming to you this morning from San Francisco. So today, this is what my talk is going to be about. Thinking it, dreaming, believing, and then doing. It goes like this. Thinking, dreaming, believing, then doing. Believe it, do it. I've taken all those blocks away from me. I'm claiming my passion right now. I am the CEO of my life, and nothing's gonna stop me. No way, no how. Think it, sing it now. Say, dream it, believe it. Then what you gotta do? Do it, think it, dream it, believe it, then do it. I'm gonna dare to dream and make some plans of all the things I want to do. I'm gonna lighten my load, gonna ask for help. I am open to receiving, and my dreams are coming true. Think it, dream it, believe it. You got to do it. Think it, you got to dream it, then believe it, then do it. So that's the whole key right there. Thinking it, dreaming big, believing in your heart, and then getting up and doing something. So this is an affirmation. So check this affirmation. You say, think it and dream it, believe it, I can do it. Think it and dream it, believe it, I can do it. Think it and dream it, believe it, I can do it. I can do it. Think it and dream it, believe it, I can do it. Think it and dream it, believe it, I can do it. Think it and dream it, believe it, I can do it. I can do it. Think it. You got to dream it. Every day believe it. Then just do it. Think it. Then dream it. Believe it. Do it. Think it. You got to dream it. Every day believe it. Then do it. Think it and dream it, believe it. I can do it. Think it and dream it, believe it. I can do it. Think it and dream it, believe it. I can do it. I can do it. Think it and dream it, believe it. I can do it. Think it and dream it, believe it. I can do it. Think it and dream it, believe it. I can do it. I can do it. Think it and dream it, believe it. I can do it. Think it and dream it, believe it. I can do it. Think it and dream it, believe it. I can do it. I can do it. Think it and dream it, believe it. I can do it. Think it and dream it, believe it. I can do it. Think it and dream it, believe it. I can do it. I can do it. Think it and dream it, believe it. I can dream it. I'm gonna dream it. Believe it. Believe it. Do it. And so it is. So good morning, wonderful people. So with that last song, what I was talking about there, think it and dream it and believe it and then do it. What I mean by that is, first of all, we've got to think about what we want. We've got to think about what would light us up, what would be our gift to the world. You got to dream big. You got to think about what it is that in your life that you would want. And dream it and leave your imagination wide open to all the possibilities. Ooh, song. I am open to the possibilities. I am open to the possibilities of a life that is meant to be lived by me. So I'm open to the possibilities. So I think it and I dream it. And then I have to believe it in my heart. I have to know in my heart that this thing is mine. I have to claim it. And then I get to do it. So today we're going to be sparking that dream, igniting that fire within, hopefully. That's what we'll do today. But here's my magic wand. And my magic wand says that you get to just take away all the excuses of why you can't do what you want to do. Because, our brains do that. It'll come in and go, you can't. Well, who do you think you are? So I am here with my magic wand to say, yes, you can. You can have whatever you want. And the thing that I was looking at when I was putting this talk together is like, well, why talk about this now when we're in this pandemic and there's all this craziness going on in the world? How can I be thinking and dreaming when life just seems so uncertain? And that's exactly why I wanted to do this talk today, because I really believe that hope and trust and faith
is what gets us through all of this. And dreaming big and having your dreams go out into the world as a spark of love, a spark of just sharing your gift. That's the way that we connect with each other, and that's how we make it through this. So before we do anything, I want to do something kind of radical. Can I? Can I do that with all of you? Do I know you that well? This year has been pretty wacky. These last couple of years have been pretty wacky. And I just don't think we give ourselves enough credit for all we've been through and what we've done and how we've maintained. So right now, I want you to stand up. Yes, I want you to stand up. And if there's anyone in other rooms, they can just think that you're going a little crazy, and that's okay. But you're going to give yourself a standing ovation. So get up. Come on, do it. Just do it real fast. And I want you to just take this bow for all that you've done. Okay, ready? 1, and you get to applaud wildly. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yes! Okay, that's all. You can sit down again. But I think that's what's really important these days, is to give ourselves credit and acknowledge ourselves for all we've been through. But I want to get back to imagination here. And the definition of imagination, listen to this. Imagination is the power of forming a mental image of something not present. It's not present to the senses or never before wholly perceived in reality. It is a creative ability or mental capacity for experiencing, constructing, and listen to this, and manipulating mental images. Because, your mind doesn't know the difference between what you're imagining and what's real. So the more you can imagine what it is that you want and act as if, that's the key. But first you have to have the vision. You have to have the vision. You have to allow yourself to dream beyond what you can physically see. And that's the key, because a lot of us wait. It's like, well, I'll believe it, when it's here and I can see it. But I'm asking you today to do the opposite. That before you see any manifestation of something, that you start believing it, that you start seeing it in your mind's eye. And I love this. I love this idea that your longing and discontent is life or a universe or your spirit signaling you that you are meant for more. So when you get discontented with something, that's simply meaning it's time to just look deeper in. What is it that you want? What is not working? I love the concept of divine discontent. Everything I've done in my life has been from having a place in me that was not fulfilled, I was getting irritated and agitated. But that was spirit. That was my spirit calling me, saying there's something more. I have a song, I feel the call of something more. I feel the call to be something I've never seen before. I feel the call of something more. And it's asking, what am I here for? What am I here for? So I ask you, what are you here for? In this next year, as we look at, it's just January, when we look at what is this next year about? What are you here for? What is it that you see that you want to do? And it's not about, when I say do, I'm not talking about you have to be doing all this stuff. Doing, in my way of speaking this morning, is about who do you want to be? Yes, there might be goals of things that you want to do, but it's also looking at qualities. I want to be a more compassionate person. I want to be more empathetic. I want to be kinder to myself. Whatever that is, that's what I'm talking about, that you visualize it and you see it and you believe it in your heart that you can be those things. Ernest Holmes said, true imagination is not fanciful daydreaming. It's fire from heaven into your soul. Don't you love that? But, think of the people in our lives that first had to have that vision of what they wanted without having any physical evidence that this could happen, but they had to have that mental equivalent in their mind. Leonardo da Vinci, Thomas Edison, the Wright brothers. Could you imagine them saying, yeah, we have this idea that things can fly. Oh, yeah, right, whatever you say. Oprah Winfrey, Steve Jobs, Walt Disney. I mean, Walt Disney was turned down by so many banks with this vision of doing a theme park with a mouse. Think about the doctors who had this vision of this vaccine for COVID. But one of my favorite stories around this is Jim Carrey, the actor Jim Carrey, who, when he was struggling in the height of his, trying to be an actor in Hollywood, and he was struggling so much, he decided to act as if, and he wrote a check to himself with the memo line for acting services rendered for $10 million. And he dated it that day, which was Thanksgiving Day in 1995, with the vision that within 3 years that he would be making $10 million. And every day he went up on this mountain. It's where I used to live in Hollywood. He would go up on this mountain and he would just do all these affirmations, standing on top of this mountain, that I am an actor that is working and is in demand and people love what I do. And he had this $10 million check in his wallet that he would see every day. And guess what? Within 3 years, he was making $10 million. And the story is that when his father died, he took that check of $10 million and he put it in his coat pocket because his father believed in him and he wanted him to have that. So I think that's beautiful. But I want to tell you one of my stories about when I really learned about acting as if. So when I first started singing, I was working in this hotel. Well, I was first a house cleaner, if you can believe this. I was cleaning houses, and the guy that I was working for said, I think that there must be more for you than cleaning houses. This is when I was in my 20s. And I said, yeah, I would really love to be a singer. And it turns out he knew someone who owned a hotel in San Francisco, got me a job playing in a piano bar. Look at me, I'm as happy as I was singing Misty and New York, and Evergreen and all these songs. But I was thrilled. I was making $50 a night, and I'm singing. I'm a professional singer. But after about 6 months, it was like, do I really want to be doing this, playing at a piano bar? It was called the Poets Pub, and there was pictures of dead poets on the walls with red velvet. Can you get the idea? Red velvet lining the walls. It was just not a great place. But I didn't know anything else. So at the beginning, I was thrilled doing this. But as Spirit works us, we start to see that there's something more, even though we don't know what it is. But I started to visualize. I started to do this. I started to just visualize, what is it that I want? And my mantra every day was, what do I want? What do I want? What do I want? And my big vision at that time was, wouldn't it be cool to work on a cruise ship? To work on a cruise ship, and where would I want to go? Hawaii. I love Hawaii. And so I started having this vision of being a singer on a cruise ship in the Hawaiian Islands. And I researched, and here's the thing with all this. You have to do this thing called treat and move your feet, which means you affirm and you pray and you visualize, but then you got to do something about it. So I started to research, and I found out American Hawaii Cruises has entertainers, and they have a piano bar, and they have different people doing shows. And so what I did was I turned that job into my laboratory of every night, working on my act and writing charts and collecting the money I made from that job and putting it into my little American Hawaii Cruises fund to buy, the special glitter kind of clothes that I would have to wear. And I started doing all of this work towards my dream. And I sent off a press kit and a little tape to them. And I was waiting for the phone call, and any moment they're going to call me because I'm so fabulous. And I waited and waited and waited and waited. And I started to get really depressed after a couple months because it was like nothing was happening. And I was affirming it, and I'm believing it, and I'm seeing it. Nothing was happening. But this is where faith comes in, because I had to really affirm that this was going to happen for me. And at the same time, I also started to apply to some other different cruise lines, thinking, well, if this isn't going to happen, what's plan B? But what was amazing was, after a couple months, and I'm still working on my dream, all of a sudden one day, this guy comes in. And he's a really good singer, and he's singing at the piano bar with me. And finally I said to him, what's the deal? You sound really, are you a professional singer? And he goes, yeah, I'm here at this hotel for 2 weeks because my ship that I work on is in dry dock here in San Francisco. And I went, really? What ship? American Hawaii Cruises. The entire crew was at my hotel for 2 weeks. So I got to know all these different entertainers, and they made a few phone calls, and the very next month, I was an entertainer on American Hawaii Cruises. And I tell you this story because it's like, it really is the idea of when you're kind of stuck, what gets you out of your stuckness is starting to dream. And sometimes that can be a challenge, to just allow yourself to dream when you feel stuck. But that's the first step. Take the smallest step of like, what do I want? Or what is my spirit calling me to do? And the best way you can do this is to put your hand over your heart and say, what does my spirit want me to do? What is my spirit calling me to do? What lights me up? So I also think too, here's a little chant that you can use. I open my heart always knows. I open my heart and drop into my soul. I open my heart always knows. My heart always knows. My heart always knows. Because your heart always knows what is next for you. But you got to drop down and you got to get quiet. I had a friend who lived in this apartment, and she started to have problems with her landlord. And I love this. She did this exercise where she said, what is my heart calling me to do right now? And she just got this giant, it's time to move. Even though she was comfortable in this apartment, she'd been there for a long time, it's time to move. And before she even told her landlord she was moving, she started packing her boxes. Now, she had no place to go. I mean, she hadn't even looked in the paper, nothing. She started packing her boxes. And so she started packing for a day, and then at that point, she started looking around. But actually, you know what she did? She told her landlord she was leaving before she even had a place to go. Now, that's real faith. But the landlord gave her enough time, but she said she knew she needed to make that commitment that she was going. And, I've done the same thing. At this point, I have 20 CDs out, actually 21 as of this month. And every single time I've done one of my CDs, you know what I've done? I made an appointment for the recording studio about usually 9 months before I was ready to record. And oftentimes the recording person would say, well, why don't you just call me like a month beforehand? And it's like, no, you don't understand. I have to make this date with you because that date will make it that I will be there on that day with the songs ready to record. Think of it like this. Think of like a rope, that when you have a rope and you have no vision, it's this loose thing. But as soon as you have the vision and you in my case, set the date, boop, that rope is now this tight, taut field of energy that starts to get things done. So how do you do this? How do you do it? So a few ideas for you with this is you have to get quiet enough to imagine. You have to get quiet enough to get still in your heart and in your mind and ask yourself that question. And look at what lights you up and what dims you down. What lights you up is where you want to go. So think about what it is that gives you energy, that makes you excited, and start to look at those ideas. And then you listen and allow Spirit to talk through you. And that means you have to get quiet, because Spirit will give you a little nudge like this. And what we don't want to have happen is that you don't listen to those little messages from Spirit tapping you like this. You don't want to get one of those spiritual 2x4s, which I've had quite a few times in my life, where it's like, go, do it. You have to do this now. You know, when I wrote a book years ago called Let Go of the Shore, and the way that I got to even writing that book is I had people coming up to my CD table saying, "Where's your book? Did you sell out of your book?" And I had this so often. I mean, within the course of a month, like every time I was selling my CDs, people were coming up and going, "Where's my book?" And I'm like, "Where did you think I had a book?" And then finally I went, "Oh, Spirit's trying to get my attention." And I said, "Well, gee, could I write a book?" And that book came to me easily and effortlessly by just simply saying, what stories do I want to tell? So listen to Spirit. And then you also have to tell your inner critic who wants to come up and say, who do you think you are to dream this? Who do you think you are to even vision and believe that you could write a book, or you could lose weight, or you could start an exercise program, or you could be more compassionate, or you could, whatever it is. You have to tell your critic to back off. Do you know how I do that? I say to my critic, I know you are there, I hear what you say, but that is not my truth today. Got that? Say that with me. I know you are there. I hear what you say, but that is not my truth today. Wait a minute, I've gotten foggy here in my, let me just make sure, autofocus. Wait a second. There you go. I'm back in focus again. It's so important to be in focus, don't you think? So I know you are there. I hear what you say, but that is not my truth today. And then be open to the possibilities of something beyond what you can see. Be open to the possibilities, like that little chant I sang to you at the beginning. Be open to the possibility of a life that is meant for you. What is it? What is it that you want to do? Albert Einstein said, imagination is everything. It is the preview for life's coming attractions. And, you know, also be open to the idea that it will show its form in ways that you can't even imagine. One of my favorite stories is Good Luck, Bad Luck, Who Knows? Where you have no idea if something happens to you, if it's good or if it's bad. Great example, a man was in line at 7-Eleven to buy a lottery ticket. And right before he got to the cashier, he went, oh, I want some candy. He got out of line to get some candy, and someone cut in front of him in line. And he got kind of a little peeved about that for a minute, but he was like, whatever. Guess what? He was the man that got the candy was the one who got that $29 million lottery ticket. So when you're believing and dreaming and thinking about all this stuff, be open to the idea that things could happen that are beyond your control that lead you to exactly where you want to be. So it's interesting, you know, I was going to sing you this song. I have a song called Just Do It, this big up-tempo Just Do It song. But you know what I want to end with today? This is coming to me. While you're doing this, I think this is one of the keys that I want to give to you in this next year. With anything that you're doing, that you hold it with gentleness, that you allow yourself to dream and think about stuff, but that you hold it with gentleness. And I want to give you an exercise to do, and do this in a gentle way. There's a link you can click on called futureme.org, and you take the time to write to yourself on this little app thing what you want a year from now. And they will send you that letter back to you in a year. But the reason why I want to end with this song is when you think about what you want, that you hold it in a way that is so sweet and kind to yourself, that you don't beat yourself up if it doesn't happen right away, that you give yourself this affirmation: I will be gentle with myself. I will be gentle with myself. And I will hold myself like a newborn baby child. Can you sing that with me? I will be gentle with myself. You got it. I will be gentle with myself, and I will hold myself. I will hold myself like a newborn baby child. I will be tender with my heart. Actually, let's do this. I will be tender with my dreams. I will be tender with my dreams. I will be tender with my dreams, and I will hold my dreams. I will hold my dreams like a newborn baby child. Now let's say I'll be tender with my heart. I will be tender with my heart. I will be tender with my heart. I will hold my heart. I will hold my heart like a newborn baby child. Now listen to this next part. I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. I will only go as fast. What that means is I'll just check in with my heart to make sure it's what I want right now. And I'll only go as slow. I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe. I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. 'Cause now I know I will be easy on myself. What a concept. I will be easy on myself. I will be easy on myself. I love myself. I love myself like a newborn baby child. Let's affirm and say, I am gentle. I am gentle with myself. I am gentle with myself. I love myself like a newborn baby child. And say, I'll rock myself. And I rock myself like a newborn baby child. And affirm and say, I love myself. And I love myself like a newborn baby child. So do that exercise. 1 year from now, where are you? What's your life like? What have you dreamed for yourself? And every day ask, what would I love? If I had a magic wand, I could say, who would I be? Who could I be? And what is one step I can do today towards that dream? So be gentle. Give that to yourself. Because here's what I know. It's when I give myself love and I fill up my tank and I allow myself to express my spirit, I give that love and that gift to everyone I meet. And they in turn give it to other people. So that's how we heal this world, one heart at a time, giving our light and our love and being gentle with ourselves. So think it, then dream it, then in your heart believe it, and then take one step, one teeny tiny step towards that. And being gentle with yourself the whole way. Think it and dream it and believe it and do it. And it shall be done. And so it is. Thanks for listening.
For those of you who don't know, that is a song on one of her CDs. I have played that to myself on occasion when I've needed it, and not gonna lie, I have shed a tear listening to that song. It is very powerful, and if you need it, listen to it. And hey, gear it up, play it to yourself every day for the next week. That's your spiritual practice. It's very powerful, so we need to remember to do that to ourselves. So thank you, Karen Drucker, right? Okay. So this morning, prayer, meditation, music, boy, that was inspiring to me, so hopefully with you. I am filled with gratitude. I am filled with joy. Hopefully you are as well. We stay in this consciousness now. We turn to the spiritual practice of giving. We're filled with this generosity as we share our spiritual gifts. Through generous giving, we have the ability to give thanks for the transformation occurring in us, in our lives through these unity teachings. When we join together, giving from the heart, we have the power to strengthen the spiritual community, strengthen it spiritually, strengthen it financially, thriving and encouraging, transforming lives now and well into our future. What a difference you make in the lives of our spiritual family in our world. If you're sharing your gift in service, please hold it in your hands and place it in the basket in the back as you leave. If you're giving through credit card or by the square, hold it in your heart right now. Please bless your offering. Let us affirm together. I thrive as I live in awe and gratitude.
Well, you know you're not going to get to stay seated, right? So stand on up. There's more than enough. There is more than enough in a universe that you created. There is more than enough on a planet of sacred design. There is more than enough for humanity made in your image. Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I'd go without? Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I'd go without? Your infinite love made me, made everything I see, and all that will ever be is your infinite love. Let the soul know. Let my soul know the truth. Whatever I choose to do, your infinite love will prove more than enough. Let the world know. Let the world know the truth. Whatever we choose to do, your infinite love will prove more than enough. More than enough. Last time. More than enough.
Please be seated. We dedicate these gifts serving and loving at the highest level in the spiritual community. We know that we are divinely guided. We know that our prosperity is assured. We affirm that rich divine ideas are now ours. We know what we do and we do it. Because we give greatly, we receive abundantly, and we are grateful. Amen. So, Unity Spiritual Center, as you know, gives a portion of our offerings to a special organization, a nonprofit, and this month we're giving 2% of our offerings to Y Haven, a very beautiful organization. It's affiliated with the Greater Cleveland YMCA, and it basically serves the homeless, people with substance use disorders, and the recently people that are entering the community after being recently incarcerated. So, and also dealing with the opioid use disorder, which is just such an issue for people right now, really exacerbated by the pandemic. So thank you for that. Thank you for joining us this morning. Special guest to any new guests again, thank you for being here. If you got here in person, that's amazing. If you're joining us via live stream, you cannot join us in the community room for coffee and refreshments, but hey, that's okay. Come next time and do that live. For those of you, we are doing coffee and refreshments again. So community room here, join us again. So we did decide to pull back the mask is optional in the community room because we know that's one of us coming together in community. So if you feel comfortable doing that, we have that again. So next week we've got Karen Shepard here live, Let Dreams Come True, and Roberta is going to be our soloist. So we will see you next week. Let's do our closing songs. Be safe out there.
On earth, and let it begin with me. that was meant to be, with God as creator. Family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow to take each I am the light of God, I am the love of God, I am the power of God, I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is. You're the light too. You are the light of God, you are the love of God, you are the power of God, you are the presence of God. Wherever you are, God is, and we're all the light. We are the light of God, we are the love of God, we are the power of God, we are the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Have a great week.